Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 23 of our playthrough of the Forest of Drizzling Rain. So again, just to re-say it again from the past one or two episodes, I'm really sick. So if I seem a lot more blah, tired, dumb, just blame that, okay? So yeah, apologies for that, it is what it is, and yeah. Oh right, recapping the episode. So, last episode, we had a small encounter with the Taking Spirit. We ran to go get some help. We ended up in another underground area. We found out that we were near the archive, but we were pretty much underneath this well in the backyard of the archive. And then we had a scene where we played as Mochizuki, or Officer Mochizuki, and we pretty much explored the archive, found a few things, finally, was able to use the pager. We got in contact with Shiori here. He went down the well, and we walked all the way back here to rescue Miko, and that's pretty much it, so yeah. And if I'm forgetting something, then apologies. I'm still very voice cracked there. Very blah with being sick. What's going on here? Miyako, wake up. Why can't I free her? It just looks like regular Ivy. Huh? Ivy? It was a snake, but now it's just Ivy. Oh, that's interesting. So it did kind of change there. It definitely was a snake. It could have something to do with the fact that, I guess, like, Mochizuki is an adult, but I believe, isn't Shiori an adult as well? Well, I guess probably with her it's different because of the whole family lineage thing with, her father being one of the ones to, do the whole thing with the shrines and the taking spirits, so I assume for us to kind of look different, but since Mochizuki isn't really a child and not really related to us and our heritage and family line, and of course Miyako being more so I would assume she's like a teenager. I think that's probably why it can't be seen as a snake anymore. If it's not that, I have no clue, but that's just kind of my guess and observation from the game. Not that it really matters though. It's hard as stone. Miko, Miyako, we're here to help, just hold on. Shiori and Officer Mochizuki, it's okay now, we're here to help, do your best to stay with us. Okay, thank you. I know there was a mention of Kurotaro with that one sword on the last episode, maybe he can cut the vines. Because there definitely is something, not normal with the events that happen, the past few episodes when she got herself, entangled in that to begin with. Miko, we're gonna get you on out of here. It still won't come off, but why? If we can't get it off... Officer Mochizuki? Stand back. Was he gonna try to do shooting it? Yeah. Officer Mochizuki. I shot it with my gun and it didn't even scratch it. I mean, that's kind of a dangerous way to test it, but also kind of smart because he's like, okay, if a bullet can't even do it, then yeah, we're in trouble. So I get where he's coming from, but I mean, I like to think that he's trained and whatnot. That can't be. I hear rustling. Hey, Kurotaro. It's nice to see you again. Cool sword, by the way. It's all blue and glowy. I hope you're not mad with us. Karutaro! What? Karutaro's here? Uh-oh. Karutaro, I understand why you're upset, but right now, we need to help Miyako. Will you lend us a hand, sorry. When he cut the ivy, I could have sworn I heard a scream. It probably has something to do with it being a snake, turning into a vine, so... I mean, I don't think it's like a normal snake, of course, but maybe some sort of, like, spirit, because I believe there was, like, a conversation where Miyako was, like, hearing this voice of some sort, so there is something more to the stone and this whole thing, but... Like, I have ideas, but there's still quite a bit of unknowns, if that makes sense. Miko, you cut the ivy with that? I thought that sword was fake. Well, talk about that later. Thanks for your help, Karutaro. Now we just need to get Miyako on out of here. She's unconscious, but she's breathing. She sure gave us a scare. Alright, I'll carry her. Let's all head back. Ah, now I can move so freely. Oh, right. So... No, it makes sense. So, let's say the luminous stones around the area may have a spirit or spirits within them. The snake vine thing grabbed onto Miyako for some reason. Why that is, I don't know. To be fair, the other spirits, like, there's some that don't really go after us, but then there's some that want to. I assume that was one that was trying to get a hold of Miyako, talk to her more, and then kind of strike when she was more, you know, vulnerable and whatnot. She got trapped to the rock. The whole thing happened on the last episode. Now Karutaro cut her free. Killing the vine snake spirit thing is what I'll call it. Now making the luminous stone probably not as powerful. And that's when the taking spirit is like, oh, nice. Good going, guys. I can wander here now without being hurt. Because if you remember when we were running in the other path, we ran behind that rock and she tried to go after us, but she couldn't really go any further, so that would be my guess. If I'm right or wrong, I don't really know, but just kind of making an observation. Huh. Our promise has still not been fulfilled. Give it to me. Your life is mine. Shiori? What's the matter? Oh, just go on ahead. Go back without me. The voice. Ah, there you are. Ah, no. Well. Bye, Shiori. Ah. Where am I? At least he's having fun on his bicycle. I would guess we're kind of just having some memories of some sort. I can't imagine we're getting close to the end though. I mean, we might be over the halfway point, but I can't imagine like this is close to the end. What is this place? Where is everyone? Why am I... Huh, I can't remember anything. Anyway, I should try walking around. The old clock from home, but it's wrapped, missing parts, and not working. I can barely even tell if it's actually a clock. I do want to save here just in case. Azakawa Village was the home of the master fisherman. I looked it up too. It's unbelievable, but he caught the big Azakawa when he was a kid. He even skipped his summer homework. What a rebel. And I guess a reminder, I believe he's talking about our father. Because there was some, I think like a diary where our father explained that. I heard he was the village guardian too. He was a god, the fishing god. Huh? For some reason, you have that same aura as him. No way. Are you my master's daughter? Technically, I think so, yeah. It looks like you've inherited his magnificent spirit. That makes you Miss Kanzaki. I love it if you became a legendary fishing master too. Unbelievable. Kenji Kanzaki's daughter. I'm sure you're great at fishing too. Yeah, about that. About that. Oh, we can walk through it. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the pause there. I had to take a breather and get some water. Okay. Kanzaki. Yes, that's right. You're Kichiro Kanzaki's granddaughter. You are an energetic, lively girl who always got a lot of cuts and bruises. You hardly even caught colds, that exact opposite of that boy. What is this place? It looks like the archive, but it's a little different. It feels so familiar. What? I hear a noise from outside. I would have to guess this is us playing as Shiori when she was a little girl. It's kind of hard to imagine that she wouldn't remember a lot of this when she was younger. I mean, to be fair, when you get older as like an adult, it's hard to... Like, you can remember bits and pieces of your childhood, but it's kind of, really difficult to remember, like, what happened, like every single, day and whatnot. Some may be different, but to be fair, my memory has always been atrocious, so... yeah. Pretty piano. So I guess we can't really go over there. I hear crying from outside. Oh, I thought it was over there. Oh, here we go. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what's wrong? Hey. Huh? Why are you crying like that? Oh, are you alone? Yeah. You shouldn't cry out here alone. It's dangerous to go outside in the rain. My dad said so. I kind of wonder if that may have been Kurataro when he was younger? Maybe? I don't know. Hey, if you're lost, why don't you come to my house? Are you scared? Don't be scared. I'm not a ghost or a kidnapper. Don't worry, you won't get in trouble, and if you do, then I'll get in trouble too, so it'll be okay. I promise. That house looks a bit like the archive, and that boy I met in the rain, I know him from somewhere, but I can't remember. After that, your mom brought that boy to my clinic. She said he had a fever and still got lost in the rain. That was right after he had lost his mother. He was shivering with anxiety and wouldn't let go of your hand, sorry. Then you told me, be gentle, you've got a scary face. And you just stared at me so intensely that your mom and I could barely hold back our laughter. Shiori Kanzaki, you're the girl who grew up in that archive. This belongs to you. I accepted the clock part. I'd really like to tell you more about your grandpa, but I'm just so busy. That senile old lady comes by day after day. The old clock from home, but it's wrapped, missing parts, and not working. I can barely even tell if it's actually a clock. Insert clock part. The clock is a little less warped now, but it's still pretty warped. Okay, so we can now walk past there. Oh, right. You're Shiori. You're always running around like you're super busy. Not that I'm one to talk. Sometimes it's good to stop and take a look at where you've been. When you talked about your parents, it's like you're always panicking. Your past is something that you need to cope with over time. Miyako can be pretty difficult. Right now, she's completely closed herself off. Though, I think Miyako will open up to you. But, what about you? Miyako can be pretty difficult. Right now, she's completely closed herself off. Okay, so we've kind of read this before. And I think that is like an important question because, you know, we all get to these points in life where, you know, you kind of, how do I want to word it? I don't mean to get like emotional and stuff like that, but through everything you might have gone through and you've closed those doors, you shoved whatever may have happened deep down within you, or buried it, or however you want to wish and word it, however you wish to word it, sorry. I know I'm going to word this disastrously, but the point is, you know, you've gone through a lot. You've been through, you know, so much. And here you are, just like Shiori, for an example, trying to do the right thing. Yet you still hold on to a lot of that baggage. You still, you know, are functioning and doing all this and that. But those events that you've gone through and survived and whatnot, you know, it's still kind of there, and trying to accept and understand it and go back and forth and say this and that, and You know, it's a difficult thing to kind of think about and go through, you know, everything that might have happened. And I think it's interesting that we're having this kind of moment here where Mochizuki here is like, again, Miyako, I think she's opening up to you, but what about you? What about your feelings? You say this and that with a smile on your face, but I know you're hurting. What happened to you was not easy. You have a lot to be proud of to overcome so many different obstacles in life. And again, you could say that about, you know, you, I, anybody in general. You have a lot to be proud of. You survived so much. Good job. Keep going. You know, it's not easy to accept and understand these kind of things because, you know, whatever bad or traumatic thing that might have happened, you know, it's already happened. And, you know, we can reflect, we can study, we can dissect it all we want, but it's done. It's over. It happened. There is no changing that. But the one thing that we can change is how we better ourselves tomorrow. Not even just tomorrow, here and now. I don't know why I said all of that, but yeah. I don't have a mama. You don't have a mama either. And no papa? That sounds so lonely. But you can't cry too much. When I cry or I'm sad, Papa looks upset. And when I say sorry, he looks sad. So you shouldn't apologize too much. Papa says he only gets mad because he wants me to understand. You know, it's kind of interesting thing with her saying that, you know, and that's something Shiori does like all the time. You apologize so many times, you know, it's okay. It's okay. I wanted to go to the clinic, but where am I? My family and grandson are so unreliable. Now what do I do? Oh, what an adorable girl. What are you doing in a place like this? Where are your mom and dad? They should be probably taking better care of you. Let's go to the clinic together. Oh, wait, me, it's you. Thank you so much for always talking to me, sorry. Whenever I'm with you, I feel so at ease. I'm not sure if it's just me, but it seems a little laggy. Not sure why that is. Oh, look at that. Here she is. You're as out of it as usual. Or do you just come around because you want to talk to someone? Want someone to talk to, sorry. Me? Thank you. Me? I'm sorry. You always took care of me. But I couldn't do anything for you. All the memories of him, the memories of his love for you, they must have been very difficult to lose. Well, let's get on the first train. We can't let anyone see us. You're right. Okay, stay with us, Shiori. And I believe this is the start of them finally taking that step of leaving the village. And I would safely assume trying to create a better future, not just for the both of them, but the family in general, with us in the picture, Shiori. You go back to how this village operates, and you can understand why, father and mother would be like, we want better for our child. It's not easy leaving a place where you've grown up in for many, many years and to just uproot everything. But sometimes that is what is needed for growth. And I believe that they felt that she would be better off in, I believe, the city where they originally came from. It again just sucks with the very start of the game, where you learn about the accident that happened to them. Sorry, I died. Anyways, me. Miss Umemoto? Oh, me. You can't do this, me. Why? Come on, Midori. Don't worry. We're just going on a short trip, Miss Umemoto. Don't lie to me. You know, it called to me too once, so I know. Oh. Me, you poor thing. But why? Oh, I see. I get it now. It must be difficult keeping everything a secret in this village. You poor things. Doing this for your little girl. It'll be okay. Young kids need their parents. Time and time again, she'll love you both. And all the more since she's your own child. Don't cry, me. Your little girl's smile is the greatest happiness you'll ever know. I'm sure she'll go back to her usual self, happy self. See? She looks just like you, and is full of energy like her father. She really is your child. Take good care of her. That bridge is on the road next to the archive. That's right, Dad and I went over the bridge that morning, and we ran into Miss Umemoto. But why was Mom crying? Huh? Now that I look at you closely, you're me's daughter. Oh my, oh my. Then this is yours. I accepted the clock part. The clock is no longer warped, but it still doesn't look like a clock. I think since we are about half an hour in, I think we'll stop here for today's episode and then continue this on the next episode, so yeah. Love you guys, take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Good morning.